Introducing the Nutraplanet News with Jasmine and Bradley.
Welcome back, Nutranauts. Let's turn our focus to a special day of environmental awareness, Earth Day. This special day, celebrated globally every April 22nd, isn't just another date on the calendar. It's a powerful call to action to make a collective commitment to cherish and protect our planet. Earth Day was born from the environmental movement in 1970, thanks to the pioneering efforts of Senator Gaylord Nelson. Inspired by the energy and passion of the anti-war movement, Nelson recognized the need for a similar grassroots approach to address the growing environmental concerns of the time. He envisioned a day that would bring together people from all walks of life to raise awareness about environmental issues and demand change. The first Earth Day, held on April 22, 1970, exceeded all expectations. Millions of Americans took to the streets, parks, and auditoriums to demonstrate for a healthy, sustainable environment. It was a remarkable display of unity and determination, with participation from schools, colleges, communities, and organizations across the country. Since then, Earth Day has grown into a global phenomenon, with celebrations and initiatives taking place in more than 190 countries.
To fully appreciate the significance of Earth Day now, let's take a step back in time to 1970 to see how we started. The world was a different place then, with environmental concerns growing but public awareness and action lagging behind. In the decades following World War II, the United States experienced a period of rapid economic growth and industrialization. While this brought many benefits, it also came at a cost to the environment. Air and water pollution were rampant, with factories and vehicles spewing toxins into the atmosphere and waterways. The concept of environmental protection was still in its infancy, and there were few regulations in place to safeguard the planet's health. It was against this backdrop that Senator Gaylord Nelson stepped in, creating Earth Day. The impact of that first Earth Day was profound. It brought environmental issues into the national spotlight and energized a generation of activists. In the years that followed, landmark legislation was passed, including the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, and the Endangered Species Act. The Environmental Protection Agency was established, and environmental education became a priority in schools and communities. Earth Day turned environmental concern from the fringes into a central issue, laying the groundwork for a global movement that continues to this day.
As we reflect on the history of Earth Day, it's natural to ask, why is this day still so important today? After all, haven't we made significant progress since 1970? The truth is, while we have indeed made strides in environmental protection, the challenges we face today are more pressing than ever. Climate change, pollution, deforestation, loss of biodiversity. These issues have only intensified in the decades since the first Earth Day. We now understand the devastating impacts of human activity on the planet's delicate ecosystems. So, how can we, in our daily lives, embody the spirit of Earth Day? It starts with embracing the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. These aren't just catchy slogans. They're actionable principles that can guide our consumption habits and help us minimize our environmental footprint. Reducing waste is a simple first step. Try to reduce the amount of single-use items used by replacing with reusable alternatives. Doing this, we can significantly cut down on the amount of waste we generate. This can be as simple as carrying a reusable water bottle instead of buying bottled water, opting for cloth shopping bags over plastic ones, or using reusable food containers instead of disposable packaging. Reusing items is another powerful way to reduce waste and conserve resources. Before discarding something, consider whether it can be repurposed or given a second life. Clothing, furniture, and household items can often be donated or upcycled, extending their usefulness and keeping them out of landfills. Getting creative with repurposing materials can also lead to unique and eco-friendly DIY projects. Recycling is the third pillar of sustainable living. By properly sorting and recycling our waste, we ensure that materials like paper, plastic, glass, and metal can be transformed into new products, conserving natural resources and reducing the need for virgin materials. It's important to familiarize ourselves with local recycling guidelines and to make recycling a regular part of our household routines.
Beyond the 3 R's, there are countless other ways we can adopt sustainable practices in our daily lives. Conserving energy is a key area where we can make a significant impact. Simple actions like turning off lights and electronics when not in use, using energy-efficient appliances, can add up to substantial energy savings over time. Participating in habitat restoration projects is another hands-on way to support conservation. Many local parks, nature reserves, and environmental organizations offer volunteer opportunities to help restore degraded ecosystems. This can involve activities like planting native trees, removing invasive species, or cleaning up polluted waterways. By getting our hands dirty and contributing our time and energy, we can play a direct role in healing the earth and creating viable habitats for wildlife. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to become disconnected from the natural world that sustains us. We may spend most of our time indoors, surrounded by concrete and screens, forgetting the beauty that is just beyond our doorsteps. One of the simplest and most accessible ways to connect with nature is through leisure activities like walking in a park, hiking in the woods, or exploring a nearby nature reserve. These experiences allow us to slow down, breathe in the fresh air, and observe the intricate beauty of the natural world. We can marvel at the changing seasons, the diverse plant and animal life, and the incredible landscapes that surround us. By deepening our appreciation for the earth and all it provides, we can feel more inspired to protect it and celebrate events like Earth Day. As we continue our celebration, we have a fun trivia challenge to test your Earth Day knowledge. Let's start with a question about the very beginning of Earth Day. When was the first Earth Day celebrated? Was it A, 1960, B, 1970, C, 1980, or D, 1990? If you chose B, 1970, you're absolutely correct. The first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22, 1970, marking the birth of the modern environmental movement. Now that we know when Earth Day started, let's talk about the person who made it happen. Who took the initiative to found Earth Day and raise awareness about environmental issues? Was it A, John McConnell, B, Rachel Carson, C, Gaylord Nelson, or D, Al Gore? If you picked C, Gaylord Nelson, give yourself a pat on the back. Senator Gaylord Nelson of Wisconsin was indeed the founder of Earth Day and a true environmental pioneer. All right, let's move on to a question about Earth Day symbolism. What symbol adorns the unofficial Earth Day flag? Is it A, a green and blue globe, B, a photo of the Earth from space, C, a tree with deep roots, or D, various animals around the globe? B, a photo of the Earth from space. This iconic image, known as the blue marble, has become a powerful symbol of Earth Day and the environmental movement as a whole. Now here's a question about the timing of Earth Day. Why was April 22 chosen as the date for this global celebration? Was it A, to coincide with the lunar equinox, B, to honor John Muir's birthday, C, to maximize college student participation, or D, it was Gaylord Nelson's birthday? If you chose C, to maximize college student participation, you're right on the money. The date of April 22nd was strategically selected to engage the passion and energy of students across the United States. All right, let's shift our focus to the global impact of Earth Day. In what year did Earth Day truly become a worldwide event, mobilizing 200 million people across more than 140 countries? Was it A, 1975, B, 1985, C, 1990, or D, 2000? If you picked C, 1990, you're absolutely correct. 1990 was a landmark year for Earth Day, as it marked the first time that the event was celebrated on a truly global scale. For our final question, let's look ahead to the future of Earth Day. What is the theme for Earth Day 2024? Is it A, global warming, time to act, B, planet versus plastics, C, climate action, or D, green cities, The future? The correct answer is B, planet versus plastics. This theme reflects one of the most pressing environmental challenges of our time, the proliferation of plastic waste and its devastating impact on our ecosystems.
So, as we wrap up this episode, we want to leave you with a challenge. Take the knowledge and inspiration you've gained from this Earth Day celebration and turn it into action. Whether it's making small changes in your daily life, getting involved in local environmental initiatives, or advocating for systemic change, every action counts. Remember, the power to make a difference lies within each and every one of us. By working together and staying committed to the principles of Earth Day, we can create a world where people and planet thrive in harmony. Thank you for being a part of this special Earth Day edition of Nutraplanet News. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep making a difference. The future of our planet depends on it. Until next time, this is Jasmine signing off. Happy Earth Day, everyone.